Humans, Andalites, Yeerks, Hork-Bajir, and Taxons, if you managed to find some earbuds, welcome to the Wonder Yeerks for all your Animorphs rereading and eventual rewatching needs. I'm Sarah.
I'm Blair.
I'm
Holy
Seda.
shit! Suds with buds?
Crisp. I got
Yeah, fucking grip it and rip it.
I've moved rooms. My roommate left, and his room was bigger than mine, so I've taken it. I've got a desk. I'm sitting at a desk. I've got a huge iced tea. I'm trying to bring a new energy to the pod.
I feel it. You feel stronger.
Yeah, I'm sitting up straight. I'm not sort of a circle in my bed. My posture is so bad that when I'm recording, usually I'm basically folded in half, and I would describe myself as sitting up, but I'm not. I'm a little panini, and that's not good for your spine. So I'm sitting. I wouldn't say I'm sitting up exactly. My back is not technically touching the back of the chair, but I'm at a desk, got a iced tea the size of my entire own head. I'm ready. It's a Monday. It's 9:30. I'm gonna. Oh, this probably has caffeine in it. Fuck. Sorry. I'm also turning 29 in a month, and I've noticed that I got to be careful about my caffeine intake.
I feel like I'm experiencing like the slightly younger version of that, in which I had a cup noodle today and immediately felt it on my body and was like, oh, I can't feed myself this stuff anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. My hangovers last like 40 hours now.
No.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I don't have the caffeine issues, but I do have those tummy troubles that you're talking about, Blair, with the like if I used to be able to make it like 4 days without eating like a fruit or vegetable, and I'd be like Gucci. But like now if I go like 12 hours without like taking a bite out of an onion, my stomach explodes.
Yeah.
Right. I immediately ate a pear after I had that cup noodle because I'm like, I need to balance this out karmically within my body.
One of the most annoying things about starting to live like in a more like healthy and nourishful way, is that you can't go back to the other one because your body's like, no, what the it's like when you're being really good at being hydrated and then one day you drink slightly less water and your body's like, I'm done.
It's
And it's like, did I used to feel like this all the time and I just didn't know?
God, no, you're so right. Because now I'm just thinking about the fact that the only thing I've really had to drink today is a 16-ounce sugar-free Red Bull. Oh, no.
Oops.
Whoops. And then I had a bunch of pistachios, so I'm doing pretty good, I think.
That is one of the most vegan days I've ever heard.
Hey, a question. So, what is taurine? And also, I was thinking about this today. I was like looking at it, and I'm
It's an herbal supplement that turns you into a centaur. And
I don't think that's true.
I think that it only does it in like you know how you have to eat like a shitload of bananas to die of radiation. Like you have to imbibe a shitload of taurine before you turn into a centaur.
I guess what I'm asking is like, you know how like you would think gelatin is not animal product, but it is. Is taurine actually animal product?
There is synthetic taurine, but it is not found in plant matter.
Okay, I mean that's fine.
I think everyone learned that gelato is not vegan after Scott Pilgrim vs. the World in 2007 took the world by storm.
Right.
Except that in the movie they changed it so that he was eating chicken.
No, they said they call him out for eating gelato and then call him out for eating chicken.
Oh,
because they're like, you ate gelato on February 1st. And he's like, gelato isn't vegan? And they're saying, on this day, on February 12th, you ingested chicken parmesan. There's a beat and he's like, chicken isn't vegan? I like literally just watched that scene 2 days ago, so it's fresh in my mind.
I'm currently Googling Red Bull.
Yeah, the taurine in Red Bull and other energy drinks is synthesized and is therefore
Cool.
vegan. This is why I can't. Oh, cool. The headline I clicked on was, does the taurine in Red Bull really come from bull semen? Sweet. It doesn't.
Well, does it?
Spoiler.
Okay.
Cool. That's really nice to know.
This is one of the reasons.
Does regular taurine come from bull nut?
It can.
What?
It can. Like
Okay.
it's found in protein, in like animal proteins, I guess. So there's a certain subset of vegans who would prefer to not use that word for things that are not created with the ethical intentions of veganism in mind. Like they say, oh, if it isn't like purposefully vegan, then it's not vegan, it's just plant-based. Like, because there was no consideration of the politics. I can never get down with that because I could not in good conscience call Red Bull plant-based.
Also, I don't think that's necessarily the dichotomy there, because there's plenty of things that aren't animal product but also aren't plant-based that you can consume with your body.
But they would say, you know, it's not vegan though because it's not ethically produced with that specific thing in mind. It's just one of those.
God,
it's one of those things
so
that
many
you read
schisms
about.
of veganism.
Yeah, it's difficult to exist. You know.
Period.
Like when I first moved, because one of my roommates is vegan, and when I moved in early on, I was. I don't remember exactly what the topic of conversation was, but I was like, "Hey, is honey vegan?" And they were like,
Depends who you ask.
Yeah, that was their response too.
Yep.
I think I asked you that exact question while you were visiting.
Yep.
And you were like, yeah.
I've recently decided that I'm literally scared to say this on recording. I've recently decided that I'm going to consume honey again, sort of on a case-by-case basis, but like there are some folks who would be really fucking angry with me for saying that. But the thing is, when you meet, it's much like any sort of social justice thing. Like, the people who are angry online are not representative of what actual communities you interact with in the physical sphere are like.
Right,
Totally,
like, whereas
totally.
online it'd be like, fucking die if you eat honey, whereas in real life it'd just be like, I mean, I don't need it. But...
I know a lot of vegans who will consume animal products if they're served them accidentally because for environmental reasons they think that food waste is pretty much as bad, you know?
Yeah.
And then there are a lot who won't, and I am generally the latter, but part of that is just because I haven't eaten dairy in so long. I feel like I might have developed lactose intolerance, and I'm
super
scared.
possible.
I'm scared to go back.
Like, say that I stopped drinking milk for like 6 months and developed lactose intolerance. You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me too.
Yeah, because I was always fine. I'm surrounded by people who are lactose intolerant, but hilariously, I, the one who made the choice to no longer drink dairy, was always totally fine with it. I don't think that would be true anymore after a couple of years.
No.
So, the book, the Animorphs
So-
book,
Animorphs 45, the Revelation.
This is one of my last ones that I actually have a physical copy of. I think I've got one more before we're done. So I've got some beautiful Animorph ASMR.
It's got Marco turning into an ant on the cover, which
Sure does.
barely happens in this book.
Right. I really
He doesn't even turn all the way into an ant in this book.
He doesn't. I guess that, this isn't really a morph-heavy book,
No, it's not.
as all things go. So I guess they just were like, what haven't we shown before? And I gotta say, I do love it because we've just got Marco sort of standing and gazing, and then we've got him lifting his arms up like he's ready to fucking go.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
two arms underneath, and he's got, like, fucking jaw, like, protrusions.
Yeah. And the tagline is, sometimes there's no escape, even for the Animorphs. Which, I would argue probably that the Animorphs have less escape than average people. You know what I mean? Like, even for the Animorphs, I think, like, the Animorphs never have any escape due to war, you know?
Yeah.
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 The inside cover, I can actually read this with just, the inside quote is, sometimes the truth won't set you free.
And I pulled up Seropedia like I always do for that, and the trivia bullet point for that is the inside cover quote is, sometimes the truth won't set you free. This is a reference to the Bible verse John 8:32, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Is it Seropedia?
That is some
wait, say that.
genius.com level interpretation.
Say that. Look on the inside cover and look at the speedometer specifically on the car on that inside cover.
It's blurry.
Do you see a cat? Because per the trivia, there should be a cat you should be able to see on that speedometer.
Oh, totally. There is a cat. Oh, that's so cool. The inside cover is, I guess it must be Marco's dad, driving with a can of Pepsi right beside him, and then Marco as an ant. And I think it's so funny. I posted a video of this on Twitter, but you know how the books have like the inside art, and then they often, at least this, you know, this classic version of the covers, they have a little hole on the front cover that lets you see some of the inside cover art. This hole is so small, it looks like a little hole punch because it's just an ant.
You posted a video of it, and it's truly tremendous.
Yeah.
God, they didn't need to do that,
No,
but they did it anyway.
They did. So about the title, The Revelation, I guess this is talking from Marco's dad's perspective, right? Because Marco doesn't really learn anything new in this.
No.
Not really.
But Marco's dad doesn't. I just want to say, I mentioned this to Blair before we started recording, but this is my favorite entry in the entire series. Mm-hmm. Per Seropedia, this is kicking off the Endgame arc. Like, this is the final arc of the entire series that starts in this book.
Yeah.
Oh, you can feel it.
Yeah,
you can truly feel it.
And it is, God, I really wish they just had not, like, completely like, I wish they just hadn't had that Cassie book last week. Like, just...
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, or just, like, swap that around just swap that and another Cassie book around. Like, the 30s were, like, full of just filler. Like, just put that Cassie book in there.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely a very different sense of momentum.
Yeah. But, yeah, this one is... Yeah, so, I had this one as a kid, and I liked it a lot, and it held up, like astoundingly well, coming back to it as an adult.
If I may, because we did this last time, and it feels like it kind of helps everything go a little bit more smoothly, just going to right up top sort of give a brief summary of the entire plot before we get into it. Mm-hmm. Essentially, this book opens with Marco's dad being like, hey, we discovered Z-Space. And so he gets targeted to become a controller. Marco saves him, and they fake their own deaths because the Yeerks are just constantly looking to kill or turn Marco's dad into a controller because he's such an important scientist. And they find out that Marco's mom, Visser 1, is going to be killed, and so they go to rescue her as well. And so now we have 2 adults living with the Free Hork-Bajirs who know the entire story of the Animorphs, basically.
And that's, like, the chapters in which Marco is explaining everything to his dad in this book that is, like, distilled, like, everything has been, like, I mentioned this last week, but, like, whenever the Animorphs interact with, like, non-Animorphs, that's my favorite shit in all of these books. Like, it was my favorite part of the book last week, like, Cassie interacting with those, the indigenous Australian characters, or, like, that, I don't remember who it was, but when they went to the North Pole and interacted with that, I'm completely blanking on his name. Was it the North Pole?
Yeah,
I think so. That was a Marco book.
Or even or even in that Tobias book a couple of weeks ago, where he just, like, thought spoke to a dad who was looking for his kid.
Totally.
Like, it's my favorite thing, and this is just, like, operating in secrecy for so.
I felt a palpable sense of relief when Marco told his dad what the Animorphs were and the fact that he is a child soldier in a war. Because I was like, finally an adult knows.
Yeah.
Oh my God, finally they have an adult they can turn to.
And you could just kind of, like, feel... I mean, obviously it, like, ramped up the tension a lot, but, like, them just hanging out with all the chi, just, like, in the chi sanctuary, and, like, the adult being an adult and, like, trying to help things in an adult way. And I was like, thank God.
Yeah, legit.
And I mean, God, and it's like those interactions that Marco was having with his dad, like in like the burger place and like in the car while he was like explaining the whole thing, were like, I'm like, it was like a level of maturity from Marco that you really don't ever see, that like truly comes from this like sense of responsibility he has to his own dad.
Right.
And there are a couple of lines in here. There are a couple of lines in here that I quoted, like Marco says about Jake at one point. In his mind, he was no longer a kid. None of us were. And then another point later on where he's like, I wanted to pretend for a minute that a kid was all I was. Like, this, for a Marco book, this book is like this book has a severe dearth of like jokes and witty quips, and it's thematically consistent, I guess. Like, these kids are fucked up. These kids are having to be the adults in the room. And, like, there's one moment when, like, Marco's dad tries to chime in with Pitter Patter during, like, a war room meeting.
Yeah.
And Marco's just like, fucking seriously, Dad?
One of the things I really liked in this book was how consistently Marco expressed the desire to have someone else make all of his decisions for him.
Yep.
Which I think is really lovely, because it's just him being like, I have to make too many awful choices all of the time, and I don't want to do it anymore.
He's just a little boy.
He's literally just a little boy. And so, do we have a name for Marco's dad at all?
Peter. It's
Peter.
not mentioned in this book, but his name is Peter.
Okay, so Peter and Nora, Nora being the math teacher who is now Marco's stepmom, are so sweet and nerdy. And I knew that something bad was going to happen to them.
Yep.
Because they spend so much time up top being like, look how much these two love each other. They're just geeks in love, talking about science and math. At one point, Marco's dad is like, we're going to try and talk to aliens. And Marco's like, how can you? They don't know English. And then Marco's like, well, we could use music, or the universal language, math. And looks at his, like, math teacher wife, and they, like, make eyes at each other. And it's so cute.
That's so sweet.
I really loved the presence of the parents in this book. We also get a time when they're all meeting in the barn, and Axe is in his Andalite form, like he's in he's not morphed into a human, and Marco's like getting nervous, and he's like, Cassie, are you sure we're safe? Like, maybe we should be a little more discreet. And Cassie's like, are you kidding? A PBS documentary on lemurs? A dome ship could land on the lawn and my parents wouldn't notice. I just love that all of the parents are such dorks.
Yes. Oh my god. One of my favorite scenes of this book also is when Peter just fucking marks the fuck out when he sees the Chi like do their hologram technology. He's like,
It's so great.
Fuck. Or like when he's talking shop with Axe.
Yeah. There's the moment where he's in hiding with the Chi, and he's so nervous and overwhelmed because he's just learned that aliens are real and his child has killed a bunch of them. And he's like, oh god, and robots too? Ah! But then Eric does a hologram, and he's like, ooh, and calms down. And he's like, you're going to have to tell me everything.
And then he ends that chapter falling asleep in a field of robot puppies.
Yes. Oh, so I love...
like, I in my head, the Chi are just like, you remember those robot dogs from like the late 90s, early 2000s?
I know exactly the ones you're talking about. I had one.
Totally.
Like the ones that look like they were like rendered for the N64.
Yes. Yeah.
They actually still have versions of those. I've seen them at Best Buy.
Oh,
but they're of course like Bluetooth. They've got an app or whatever. So the way that Marco's dad, the way that Peter gets called in so that he can be turned into a controller is so funny and terrible, because like, so they're all like trying to keep a watch on Peter because they realize, oh, he's going to be turned into a controller, and he gets a phone call, and the person on the other line is like, hey, one of your coworkers died and his wife is real sad. You know how you have dead wife? Maybe you can talk to her. Thanks. And like, I mean, I guess, but it's just, and it works. Like, he goes and obviously wants to help, but it's like, really cool plan, Yerks.
Yeah, very predicated on the fact that Peter was like just like still in that sleep stupor.
Yes.
I
think
he is a very brilliant math magician, not a very brilliant but I mean at the same time, like I get that. Like, he doesn't like, if he would not want to be suspect or something like that. Like, he knows firsthand what it was like to lose.
Oh, totally.
Someone.
I think like the way that he's acting in this book retroactively makes him so much more sad. Like,
yes.
Like, we knew, like, it was explicitly stated that his wife's death like completely fucked him up and made him just like a shell of who he was. And and that was already really sad, but seeing him now so open and in love again and so passionate makes it so much harder. Like, it really shows how affecting that must have been for Marco to see him like totally come alive again.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so Marco finds him he goes to his dad's computer and he's like, And I looked. I need to find. First of all, it's Yahoo Maps,
Yahoo
which
Maps,
is
yes,
very
and
funny.
I love this shout out so much. Like, it's one of my favorite
His computer
things.
screen was still up, no screensaver. At the bottom was a minimized, in quotations, window. The words Yahoo Maps written inside. I grabbed the mouse and clicked. Like a minimized window. It's so like,
what the kids
computers
are calling a window.
Yeah, it's such a
Is this the Windows 98 I've heard so much about?
It must have been.
Technology is
that's
amazing.
that detail that he like name drops Yahoo Maps is a thing that I like a lot. It's just like mundanities in the face of interacting with mundanities in the face of such high stakes things.
There's a couple of really funny brand name drops in here, like when they're deciding that they're going to, like, Marco's dad and Axe are going to make this Z-Space communicator. And Marco's dad is like, listen, they're not the type of parts you can just get at Radio Shack. And Axe is like, I love Radio Shack. And Marco's dad says, me too.
that exchange, specifically the Radio Shack line, that is a line that buried itself in my brain. That is one that floats to the surface every couple of months if I think about Animorphs. Ever since I read this book at age 7.
I love Radio Shack.
How much did Radio Shack pay for that ad?
I would love to know. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Is this
speaking of ads, speaking of ads, Seda, you tweeted this, but the opening of this book sounds like Marco doing a HelloFresh.
Can I almost just want to read it because and then go into a HelloFresh. He's like, my name's Marco, and I'm to cuisine what Sammy Sosa is to baseball. When it's my night to make dinner, I don't order in. I don't crack open a can of Chef Boyardee and call that a meal. Please. I go the extra mile. I use the oven. I know, you're saying to yourself, but Marco, man, you're fighting a war against alien invaders. You and your friends, you guys battle Yerks 24/7. How do you find the time to cook? It isn't easy, but with a little help from the folks at HelloFresh, I can figure it out. It's so funny. It's so funny to me. And then, he's just talking about making a frozen pizza, which is delightful.
Yeah.
There, in one of those early chapters where, so it's the first chapter was Marco was just making frozen pizza for Nora and Peter.
It's so sweet.
It is. And then Nora gets home and she's like, you are the best stepson ever. Yeah. Oh, you made dinner. But then fucking Peter is like, hey, we discovered zero space. And my favorite thing is Marco is fucking sticking his hand out way too far on this, trying to prod and make sure that his dad is not a Yerk.
Yeah.
Because, he is absolutely... And there's another name drop because he's like, hey, Dad, that's 5 days. There's no, Miracle Grow for the plants.
Yeah.
If Peter or Nora were Yerks, he would be dead. Instantly. Gone.
I've never heard of Red Baron pizza.
It's a thing.
It's the only pizza that my roommate Emily eats.
I think it might be American.
I think it is.
Exclusively.
It is. Picture a frozen thin crust pizza in your brain.
Okay.
That's the Red Baron.
That's Red Baron.
Beautiful.
Now imagine the box has a picture of a dude with a fun mustache and a fucking 1930s
aviator,
flight
goggles
helmet.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a red scarf too.
I'm just picturing Snoopy.
Yeah.
You should just picture Snoopy.
Yeah.
Oh, I like doing this.
Is this a fun game for you?
I love to picture Snoopy. Hey, I can see him right there. I'm going to Google Snoopy. You guys do whatever you want to do.
The chapter when Marco's dad gets kidnapped and is almost taken, it's heart-wrenching because Marco is just there's a paragraph of Marco just saying some soldier shit to himself, you need to let this happen. This sucks, but you will get him back. And then the next thing he knows, he has subconsciously morphed Big Jim and is punching holes in the glass.
Right. And it's so ominous because before, when they realize that Peter's probably in trouble, Marco has a moment where he's like, Jake doesn't trust me to be objective when family's concerned. Well, I'll show him. And then immediately is like, I fucked it up. Shit.
He even realized it in the moment. He's like, "Oh fuck! What the? Oh god damn it! All right, well, I
shit.
mean, I'm already in, so I guess like
I love.
I'm going to town. I might as well go into Lincoln."
Yep. You know, I'm already here. When he
I came out to have a bad time, and I'm honestly feeling very attacking right now.
That's every book. That's every single book.
I'll go out to have bad times and end up feeling very attacking.
There's a line that I think is sort of a very loving self-prod at the series, because when Peter finds out about, like, Marco doesn't tell him that his mother is alive and has been turned into a visser until the very, very end of the story, basically. And Marco's like, there's something I didn't tell you. And Peter says, okay, let me guess. Visser 3's your dad, your mother's an Andalite. And it was like, oh, are you just making fun of the Tobias twist?
It's so goofy. Very, very similar energy to the Ember Island Players episode of Avatar.
Totally.
Specifically, the scene
one
that I'm
of
thinking
those.
of is when they drop like that thing on the Jet, and Aang is like, did Jet just die? And Sokka's just kind of like, I don't know.
There's also Marco, Peter, like, grabs a cigarette and lights it, and then Marco's like, Dad, the fuck, you quit. But the way that this was, I think, I don't know if they were trying to avoid the word light or what it was, because they already said lighter. But the sentence when he grabs a smoke is, he stuck a cigarette in his mouth and made it burn. It's like, I guess that's true.
Hold on.
It's so flowery.
Seda, can you type that line up for me? I think I know the voice I'm supposed to be reading that in.
Okay, I really am hoping for some Noir here.
Damn it. I was hoping to catch you off guard.
He stuck a cigarette in his mouth and made it burn.
Yes! That's exactly what it is. Oh my god. Oh, I would love a Noir episode of Animorphs.
Oh, yes. I was...
They do enough time travel. Why can't they just go back to the 1940s and it's black and white?
Oh my god. Rachel as, like, the, legs all the way to the floor, dame, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh no, you guys.
Good.
Because Marco's the detective and, like, Jake is his, like, his right-hand man or whatever.
Yeah.
In Marco's fantasy, obviously.
Yes.
Tobias is like a I don't know, like a pawn shop owner who's also a fence for information.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. And Cassie, of course, is the obligatory inside man at the morgue or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's her favorite trope ever?
I love that
who
trope
is
so
Axe?
much.
Who is Axe?
Axe, I feel like some sort of like a rich,
Axe,
rich
okay,
young
here we go,
man
here we
who's
go,
in
here we go.
trouble. You know?
Here we
Yeah.
go. Or here's an alternate pitch: janitor at a local speakeasy.
I can't see Axe as a janitor.
He has
I
to be a
can't
fancy
either.
little boy.
He is just a little Lord Fauntleroy of a man.
He's found himself in some sort of legal trouble accidentally. And he's very rich. And Marco's
He's
like,
been framed. He's the
been
red hair and he's been framed.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I love all of this.
I think Marco writes Noir AU friend fiction.
Yes! I want that so badly. Autocorrect has changed Marco to Maraca a couple of times in my notes, which is very, very good to me. Oh boy. I love how annoyed Axe is at at humans having advanced technology. Like, he's like, no way humans did this. This must be Yerk interference.
Yeah, he
And
spends
they're
his
like,
entire
no.
book in denial about it.
Yep. And even when they're like, hey, well, maybe we can make the zero space communicator ourselves, like, it must be made from stuff that was created on Earth, right? It's not alien technology. We made it here. And Axe is like, yeah, I guess it would be.
He's just like going down, kicking and screaming because he doesn't want
so
to.
good. There's just a run of really good Axe parts. Like when they go to the Chi, they like demorph in the backyard, and Axe morphs his human form, and they're going onto the patio, and Axe is like, "This is called a patio." And then
God.
discovers Oreos and becomes covered in Oreo dust. And Marco's like, sometimes it's easy to forget this boy is a warrior. And I was like, ah.
I love him.
My favorite axe line of the book is when they get on the is it a blade ship? It's a blade ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A bug
they
ship?
get on the
bug fighter? Is it a bug
the
fighter?
bug
Bug
fighter.
fighter.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. They get on the bug fighter, and Marco is like, Axe, do you have a single clue what you're doing? And Axe says, I now have several. I will need several more before I can pilot this craft effectively.
Also, when Marco introduces Axe to Peter and is like, hey, remember my friend who you thought was super weird? Well, it's because he's an alien. Here he
okay.
is.
I gotta say, the one thing that this book was missing that I think I would have appreciated is like, I feel like this maybe it's just that she didn't want to, maybe they just didn't want to explicate it or something. But do you remember like the book where? Sorry, that's just my pills alarm. Do you remember the book where Peter meets Axe and Axe is like, oh, I'm gonna fart around this dude's computer, boop 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 doo, oh shit, and then Peter comes back and is like, oh fuck, what did you do? What the fuck did you? This is like all the problems solved. Like I was kind of expecting a tie-in from that to this Z-Space transponder that because the thing is that the reason that this is the Z-Space MacGuffin thing is that it would let them not only communicate with the Andalite homeworld, but also potentially let them intercept communications from the Yurt Empire.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it so much more powerful than the Z-Space transponders that Axe is familiar with, which are just used as communication devices.
Right. I mean, I guess, yeah, it would have been kind of fun if they'd explicitly pointed it out, but I like what they do with Axe and Peter's relationship. Like there's a part where Axe has, built something really magnificent and Cassie's like, Axe, good job. And instead of smiling at Cassie, Axe smiles at Peter. Which is very sweet. Axe is just like, are you my dad? Are you my dad?
They're all just looking for a dad.
They really are. Animorphs be looking for dads. So like, did she pretend to be Marco and his dad going on a surprise vacation? And I know it's not actually Marco and Peter, but it's such a lovely conversation where like they're like, oh, we're going on a vacation, and Marco's like, I want a jet ski, and his dad's like, they're really shitty for the environment. Don't you want to take care of the environment? And Marco's like, I want a jet ski.
Yeah, he's like, no, he's like, I want to jump 15 feet off the waves with a cool jet ski, Dad.
So
and then they get fucking blasted, and we actually his fate is left. His fate's not like mentioned, right? Like Mr. King is like pretty fucked up by this entire thing, and it's
I guess it's implied
it's left
that
ambiguous.
Eric probably knows how to fix him, though, it seems. And I love the image of like this totally fucked up sparking android whose hologram things are also messed up, so like weird chunks of him are just jumping around everywhere.
Yeah,
it's
such
super
a cool
cool
image.
Oh,
And it reminds me of like when Marco's like flipping channels at a certain point, he's like, oh, an old Star Trek episode, oh, a new Star Trek episode. You know what, my life's already pretty sci-fi, so I'm okay.
I think Jake asks them because they're like at this. They're at Marco's house because they have to pretend to get killed by the controllers. And Jake is like, "How are you guys gonna get home?" And Eric's like, we'll just do a hologram. I do a pretty good dump truck."
Yes, it's like something slow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, every time Eric is in a book, I just realize how much I appreciate Eric as a character.
So much. Eric is
Same.
so great.
It's because it's nice because like I feel like there was parts in this book where I like really appreciated the fact that he's like forever old,
Yes.
like he's just like forever years old, like despite like, but having that sort of like joyfulness of like being sort of like kid aged. I don't know, he's just got like he's such a useful character in plot situations, so I always feel like relieved when he shows up anywhere.
Oh, there's also such a prime example of good robot romance later where Marco and Eric are like discussing logistics, and Eric's basically like, my program forbids me from violence, it doesn't forbid me from dying. And Marco says, well, I do. And I was like, romance! Robot romance is real!
Yes.
There's another line around that. There's another line like right shortly after that where Marco's dad is like, where the Radio Shack line happens, and Marco and he's like, I like you can't buy this shit. I don't know what y'all are gonna do. And Marco's like, no, Dad. Burglary in the name of justice and freedom, of course, is among the great variety of talents the Animorphs possess. You want it, we can get it.
The gay do crime.
But so Mr. King and Eric fake Marco and Peter's deaths, but and this is when we get confirmed that Nora, Marco's stepmom, has been taken by the controllers as he had feared.
Yeah.
And also Marco starts having a really hard time reconciling the fact that like he is dead to the world.
And also that his father has moved on from his dead wife and is deeply in love with a new woman. And Marco really struggles with the fact that he didn't go back and save Nora because he was like, well, and I mean, it's partially just that it would be too dangerous, but also there's definitely a hint of like, well, but we're going to rescue my mom. And then like,
get the whole family back together.
We don't need Nora around. It's like, oh no.
It is.
And that culminates in a really rough ending to this book. Well,
it's so tragic. Like
it like I read that line and it fucking just I felt like I'd been shot.
Yeah. So like as this all happens, Marco is sort of just leading his dad on this whole time. Like, oh no, they probably won't touch her. You know, she's gonna be at school all day. It's gonna be okay.
Specifically, she says she's at school all day. They won't get her. I lied, which is that like statement. End quote, I lied is a classic way to just kill me instantly.
Yeah, and then at the very end, Marco struggles with it for a moment, but then basically comes down to he just decides to do it. And he's like, well, you know, Dad, Nora might have been a controller the whole time because you're like a really important scientist and they needed to throw her into your path so that they could keep an eye on you. And you like hear Peter's heart break.
Yeah.
It's so rough.
It's just, oh, Marco.
Yeah. Oh my God. The moment where Peter tries to bring a little levity to the war room meeting that you were mentioning is one of the sweetest things because it says that like Marco says like, oh, chances are slim, and his dad is like, oh, they're also pretty grim and that kind of thing, and Marco's like, Dad, just because we always try to rhyme with each other for fun and bonding doesn't mean we're doing that now. And just imagining them around the house together, like when it was just the two of them, always rhyming with each other.
What if they're doing the fucking the Beastie Boys game? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, totally.
My name is Marco. I don't. I didn't have anything.
Yeah. Well, you were so close.
I was not remotely, but thank you.
Rhyming is hard,
especially with Marco.
My name is Marco. I make the cargo.
Good.
Thanks.
We've got a real poet and artist in the room with us today.
It's Gerald.
I love El Barto.
They set a trap. Basically, they're like, well, we're gonna have to requisition a bug fighter to get into the Yerk pool because they definitely beefed security up. And then they like just put Tobias just morphs a Hork-Bajir and puts his leg in a trap, and then Tobias like calls the police and is like, Marco
calls the cops. Marco calls the cops and puts on his best Southern drawl. Like, hey, I don't know what's going on out here, man. Like, I'm just imagining like going full boomhauer into the mic, just like, hey,
so
man, I don't know what's going on
they're
here.
Still in California, you know?
Right.
Hey man, I don't know what's going on here. Just some bugs happening, some kind of fucking blade topic. I don't know what's going on now. It's got a lot of dangerous, seems kind of dangerous, but seems kind of stuck. I don't know what's going on here, man. Help me out here, man.
Bobby as an Animorph.
Yeah. Thank you for this gift that you've delivered unto us.
Okay.
It's time for me to write my King of the Hill Animorphs AU fanfiction.
Finally.
Hold on. Are there enough kid main characters on King of the Hill? Because there's Bobby, there's Connie.
I didn't really watch it.
There's Bobby
and Connie for sure.
There is what's her name? The blonde girl who's like a teenager.
Oh God, what's her name? I can't do this.
Starts with an L. I don't remember. And then there's John Redcorn's son, whose name I can't remember. Joseph, I think.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
That's enough.
That's a...
I feel like it's like a
And then,
board
and
game.
then Hank and Bob,
I
and then
have
Hank and Peggy.
I have a game for you guys. Give me the dates that you think the most recent 3 King of the Hill fan fictions were published.
I'm going to say there's definitely one. I'm going to say the most recent one was December of last year.
Okay.
So like
I'm
December
gonna go-
2019.
I'm gonna go January of this year, actually, for the most recent one.
Okay,
How
you're both right in that the 3rd most recent was published Christmas Eve 2019. The second most recent was published the end of January. And the most
first
recent
published
was
2 days ago?
yesterday.
Okay.
That is so fucking
February
good.
2.
What's can you give us a rundown? Like, do I want to pop open AO3, see what's up?
So it's called Nothing But Flowers. It is rated
Nice.
T.
Okay, I love a Talking Heads reference.
In the tags, it does say references to abuse, and the plotline summary is: Boomhauer was growing tired of his lifestyle. Leia came to Arlen in search of a new start. Auras, flowers, and cosmic alignment. Of course, they fell in love.
Wow.
So
You know, I'm like
I don't
so
know
happy
about
for the King of the Hill
Paradise, man. That seems like
fandom.
about flowers. I don't know, man.
Oh, and the one that was published on Christmas Eve is a crossover with, holy shit, Total Drama Island, Dan Versus, King of the Hill, Rocky and Bullwinkle Show, Aeon Flux, 16, Uncle Grandpa, Mission Hill, Ruby Gloom, Codename Kids Next Door, Gravity Falls, Sheep in the Big City, League of Super Evil, Clone High, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Venture Bows, God the Devil, Bob, Evil Con Carne, Detention Air, South Park, and Fillmore.
Yeah.
Fillmore is the...
Oh, and it's tagged for major. It's tagged
Fillmore
for
made the
major
last
character
bullet
death.
point. What was that?
It's tagged for major character death.
Okay.
Oh, the 4th most recent one, and then I'll stop. Is a
No,
Has-Been
you can bunch of
Hotel
animals.
and King of the Hill crossover called The Man Who Put the Cock in Cockroach. It is rated E.
Okay, hold on. I'm just curious what the most recent Animorphs fic, because if the 3 most recent Animorphs fics are less recent than the 3 most recent fucking
King of the Hill.
yes, thank you. I completely forgot what words are. I took some NyQuil.
No, there was one
Yeah, I'm
published
fine.
today.
All right. Hell yeah.
Oh, and one published yesterday, and one published the day before.
One of them
2
is
published
called
the day before.
the actual version of Animorphs number 37. What was Animorphs 37? Animorphs 37 is
The Weakness. This
What
is the
is
one where they
this
go
one?
to the news station.
Oh, that one where they go to the news station. They think, oh shit, we killed a man.
Oops.
I can't open AO3 or else I'll start reading fan fiction,
Yeah.
like for real.
Yeah, gotta be careful. So they break into the Yerk pool because bug fighters have a programming to just bring them home if the ship starts acting weird. And it turns out the Yerks have taken over a scuttled World War II battleship. And then, a bunch of fighting starts. Visser 1 is being publicly tortured. I love Marco gets a line where they've been scattered. They're all trying to escape. And he's lost sight of Rachel and Cassie. And so he hops into the bug fighter and is like, hey, guys, let's cruise for some chicks. Drink for compulsory heterosexuality.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's
So
stupid.
I really like the whenever there's like a vestige of like old like Earth warfare that is used by it's so fucking cool. And
Remember I think sorry, finish your thought.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I'm sure there's a theme of some variety there, but I'm not smart enough to know what it is.
I think, maybe we'll talk about it at the end, but my vote for most insane book of the entire series is still that one where they go and find the, inbreeding aliens who have a whole bunch of, scuttled ships.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's still a high point of just balls to the wall absurdity for this series.
For sure.
Absolutely. that's where that is like amidst that book is where Last Time's Cassie book belongs.
Yeah, sure.
Like so we get sandwiched between the Tobias torture PTSD book and this book. We got Cassie's fun outback adventure.
Right. I didn't write it down,
She
but
did.
I thought ooh, the torture quotient has really gone up in the past 20 books or so, you know?
There's a line where Tobias talks where they're trying to save Visser One because Visser One is being executed as a traitor via Kendrona starvation, and Marco tries to communicate with her because they infiltrate as Hork Bajir, and Tobias says something to the effects Axe says they have no reason to believe that what she's saying is true. Why would she say the truth? And Tobias is like, I mean, sometimes you just say it because you torture.
There's when they manage to, as they're trying to escape, Marco grabs his mom and the yerk falls out of her ear, and they end up killing the yerk, and I'm very glad of that. I would have been really mad if they had moralized about it.
Right.
But Marco's mom, it justifiably is very passionate about killing this creature.
Yeah.
Totally.
And it's really unnerving Marco. And I love that Marco's mom starts to squish it, but it's still alive, and then Marco's the one who ultimately kills it. I'm just so glad that they did that. I know that they had to, partially just because if that yerk got out, then the Animorphs are fucked.
Right, and especially because the thing is that that yerk dying means that Visser 3 is now the de facto leader of the invasion of Earth, and his plan from the start has been just he wants to go full mask off on this invasion, just enslave the human race by the billion, and Visser 1's strategy of slow assimilation was the only thing letting the guerrilla fighters of the Animorphs doing was the only thing that let them actually operate.
Yeah, and I mean Marco's mom pretty much confirms as much because she's has a whole bunch of knowledge now. She's learned a lot. And there is discussing later. She's like, "Nope, we're fucked. We're fucked." And Marco's like, "Maybe not. I don't know."
Yeah.
Oh, Visser 3, by the way, his appearance in this book is so good. It's just suddenly everybody's minds fill with, psychic laughter, and then Visser 3's there, and I picture a spotlight on him and clouds behind, and he's just ha 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 ha. I love him so much.
He is such a mega mind villain, and I love him for it.
He is. Oh, and he does a new alien, which has huge black wings. It's described as a living stealth bomber, and it has a big mouth with a silver tongue and a bunch of teeth, and then orange softballs shaped eyes. It's it's a big scary flying thing called the Bievillard.
It's a lot
of Bievillard. Yeah, that's the best pronunciation I can
Yeah.
It's a lot of consonants, as it usually is.
And it's from the planet Ondar.
Yeah. Oh, we got a fucking continuity alert. Beep, 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 continuity alert. Big Jim rides again in this book.
Oh, yeah, sure does.
For the second time, Big Jim drives a car. For the second time, Big Jim drives a car at extremely high speeds on the throughway and causes a car accident.
Is this... I feel like Big Jim obviously drove a car last book. I feel like he drove a car in the Tobias book too. Did he not?
I don't remember that, but the Big Jim the Big Jim driver school, the Big Jim driver's ed moment I'm always thinking of is from the first Megamorphs book when he's just in this shitty old pickup truck.
He drives car a lot.
I'm just glad he's driving more. I hope he gets his permit soon.
Yeah,
I really appreciate the fact that Big Jim is getting name dropped a lot, because I feel like we knew it was Big Jim, but I feel like Capelgate and her ghostwriters were not reminding us of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we get the fucking Rise of the Skywalker Chewie plot twist where Marco sees...
Oh my god, I thought...
Yeah, Marco sees a ship explode and is like, "No, it's all my friends." And then they arrive in another ship, and he's like, "Oh."
I do love the line. I do love the line that Jake has, where it's like, "What? You doubted Axe's flying skills? Come on, have a little faith."
Yeah, I'm glad, but they did it. They got it over with really quickly, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I had the same thought. Okay, the ship exploded, and I immediately had the same thought. I was
Yep.
like, oh, so. I hate media.
Okay, so
Media's
this not counting the last Megamorphs that we have to do. This is the 10th to last book of Animorphs.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we have we. The thing is that like per Wikipedia, which is the order we've been going with so far. What?
I haven't.
What I mean in terms of like book order.
I don't think so. I mean, it might be the same, but I haven't been looking at Wikipedia.
Well, either way, the Wikipedia order puts the Alchemist Chronicles right before the very last book, and God, that's gonna be a rough month between reading
Yeah.
book 53 and book 54.
Yep.
Yeah. And like, but I mean, you can totally feel like I could totally feel like at the end of this book that like, yep, this is this is Endgame. This is like last movie.
Totally.
In the
Like there
series.
was not a reset to zero at the end like there tends to be.
Yeah,
Like,
they basically they create the communicator, and then the very last thing that they do is contact the Andalites.
Yes, and it's I was literally fucking like just shout yes because the last line is like where Axe is like, hey, come in, and they're like, hey, who is this, what the fuck, and Jake is like, oh, say something, and Axe is like, no man, this is, you've earned this.
All you, yeah.
And Jake's like, this is Earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did your copies have? I don't know if it's just part of the preview, but it has Jake saying, "This is Earth," he said, and then there's like a bunch of dashes, and then it says, "We do know who they are, and we know you too."
Yeah, my
Is
copy has
is
that
that
as
the
well.
Andalites responding, or?
I
It's
think
very
that's just
ominous.
I think that's supposed to be like a non-diegetic stinger.
Yeah. The next book is called The Deception.
And the PDF copy I have, and since it looks like it's scanned directly from the book
Oh, yeah.
version, has the first like
Ow.
couple pages of the chapter.
Yeah.
of the next book.
After this, we completely buck the chapter order we've been going with for forever.
The character order?
Because yeah.
And again, I don't want to know.
Okay, not saying it. Right, I forgot. Sorry.
The
Last Seda,
Yeah.
question. When I'm gonna qualify this by saying this is not the last Marco book, but when we get to the last book fully narrated by a character, do you want to know?
Not particularly.
Okay,
Yeah.
just curious.
The last page of the book is an ad for the take control of the Animorphs and 2 exciting new games for both your PC and Sony PlayStation game console.
Oh my god.
Know the secret for PC. Help the Animorphs stop the Yeerk invasion and defeat Visser 3 and his evil forces. And the one for PlayStation game console, Shattered Reality. Visser 3 has found the power to warp reality. Only you and the Animorphs can restore the balance of time. That sounds pretty dope.
The Wonder Yeerks Let's Play YouTube channel where we play that game.
There's a video. There is not a video. There's a board game cafe in Peterborough that has the Animorphs board game. Apparently, it's fucking awful. You two need to come here, and we need to film an episode where we play it.
I've said this to you before, but definitely coming to Canada is like one of my weird resolutions I have this year. So
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
hoping on
In 2020, we will all go to Canada and get all our tattoos done at the same place.
SataCon 2020.
Say it again, 2020.
My tax return is hitting soon, and I am flush with tattoo ideas that I want to get done on my body, and it is going to be agonizing to do none of them because I have to set that tattoo money aside because I know I won't have any if I don't for when we do the Animorphs tattoo.
All right. Well, that's book pretty much.
That is
Yeah,
the book.
Fucking good ass
Endgame
book.
coming. Forthcoming.
Let me just do a quick check over my notes just to make sure there was nothing that I wanted to...
Go, we're recording. Please leave. She has her weed bowl, so I know she's getting up to some nonsense. I can't have her in this room right now.
Yeah, okay. There was one line that I wanted to talk about before we send this book off into the sunset that really fucking just stabbed me through the chest, because it's Marco just like surveying the wreckage after Eric and Mr. King faked his and Peter's deaths. And there is this picture of him, Peter, and Eva, Visser 1 on a corkboard. And Marco goes to take it, and he stops himself because he knows it would arouse suspicion if anyone was to find any. Like, he's worried about it arousing suspicion, and he says, I had my memories. They would have to be enough. And I have feelings.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's so weird that he's, like, dead. Like, he faked his death.
I'm so excited by this plot twist. Like this plot.
Too.
It's so good.
Like, I'm gonna have to like keep thinking about it, and I'm like so interested in. Yeah, I'm just very interested. I'm super excited. I'm super amped. I love Animorphs.
We now have two of the team have now effectively socially died.
Yeah,
like Tobias as well.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Being Animorphs is hard.
It sure is. Sometimes there's no escape, even for them.
I guess. You know what? I think they're right.
It's true.
Oh, God. Well, has been...
We have a question.
This has been fun, you guys.
Mm-hmm. we do have a question.
Yeah, let's get into them.
Question. I posted this week, the Wonder Years were sat down with Revelation. Ask us about keeping secrets from your dad, being too scared to be a kid anymore, and falling asleep in a sea of robot puppies.
Aww.
And also, Heavenly Evan wants to know, so what's everyone's opinion on this ending to Visser 1 story, given how much focus and characterization she had been given previous to this?
Yeah, I think it's probably appropriate. She never really seemed keen on, like, retracting where she stood morally. Because her endgame was always take over, like, planet Earth. It was just like a different way of doing it that happened to be more convenient for the Animorphs.
Yeah. The one regret. Sorry, Blair, you go on.
No, I just feel like I'm like I feel satisfied by her like character arc.
Yeah. I felt like I also do. I just wish that like she had like anything to say in this book. You know?
I like what though?
Like, that's a good point. Like, I don't know. It just feels weird for like someone who's been like a major villain in this plot thus far. And when was the last time we heard from her firsthand in any capacity? I'm trying to remember.
I mean, it was whatever the last book she was in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Which is like, is that the one when Marco tried to kill her and then didn't?
I think, and then we got one after that where like they had a conversation. Like,
yes.
I mean, this book really wasn't about her though. It was about Marco's mom.
Right.
I mean,
and
like,
I think that ultimately that's like the entire point of the character, right? So I think that I'm totally fine with her just getting squished and then Marco realizing that maybe his mom is not going to be who he remembered her being because she's been, enslaved for a little while. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I feel like that's ultimately what, like, the whole point of her. So I feel fine about it.
Yeah,
right.
That's fine. That's fair, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can get why people would feel like sold short on it, but I feel like once we reached the point with Visser 1 that we did last time she was present, where like she wasn't going to have some sort of grand revelation and she wasn't going to self-sacrifice in like the form of like a redemption arc or anything like that. Like the plot just was not supporting that. Her arc had already ended last book, basically. So last book she was in.
Yeah.
And this just happened to be the final, like the punctuation on that.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
that question. So thank you very much for listening to this week's episode of The Wonder Years. If you would like to find more of us, you can check us out on Twitter at The Wonder Years, and also
Support our show on Patreon.
Yeah, support our show on Patreon. Jeez, okay, the NyQuil is kicking in. All right, I made it this far. Support our show on Patreon. Patreon.com/fearbaiting supports both this and our sister podcast, Fearbaiting, which is coming back this week. So by the time you're hearing this, this is going to be Friday when you're hearing this. So the coming Monday, we will have an episode out about Death Note. Because I have thrown. We did a video game last time. We did a video game like before we went on hiatus last time. So just fuck it for like it's horror now. It's horror and stuff. But yeah, we're doing Death Note, the anime. So tune in for that. We're back, baby. But yeah, patreon.com/fearbaiting supports both those podcasts. $1 a month gets you early access. $5 a month gets you shout outs and a short message to be read if you want to send that in. And $10 a month gets you to demand that we watch a movie of your choice for fear baiting. So thank you very much to Michael Kaiser, Paul Moran, Kit Spindler, Paul Bechtel, and Ducky Aisha. We love you all very much. If you want to find more of me, like I just previously mentioned, fear baiting, I was on the 2 most recent episodes of podcast Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, which is the leftism podcast by, for, and of the Terminally Online. I think we changed our format on there recently. I think it's pretty good. Give it a shot maybe if you haven't yet. I'm on Twitter at sunhatgenya, and thank you very much to Matt GameCube for creating Noise Space, which is where this Fear Baiting, Henry Kissinger, and all the other great podcasts that you know are hosted. Each and every one of them, they're on Noise Space. If you like a podcast,
Thank you to me. You can find me on Twitter at Blair Kitsch. Support me and just being me, because you love me and you want to support me.
That's true. I'm on Twitter at nudity with an EA instead of a Y, and I also make a podcast called Music for Molehills, where I solve small problems with small songs at Musical Mole on Twitter, and you can find all of the other music at gaygothvibes.online and pilotingtheanimal.bandcamp.com.
It's all a cool fun time.
Where I make sort of bleep bloopy poetry shit.
Yes.
All right, and that's going to do it for this week's episode of The Wonder Year. So until next time, I'm Sarah.
I have been Blair.
I'm Seda.
And remember, keep your hands on the Escafil device.
Beep, 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 beep. That's us powering down.
Yep.